Happy Be Happy Bitcoin Pizza Day, everybody, and welcome back. If you've ever hung out on this channel before, it's nice to see you again. And if you're new, I'm Rachel, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about this today. It's the 14th anniversary of the day that a Florida man uh, decided that he wanted to spend 10,000 Bitcoin to buy two pizzas and have them delivered to his house. And that amount of Bitcoin, 10,000 Bitcoin, would be worth nearly $700 million today. So it's just like fun to reflect on and like look back at what was apparently the first commercial transaction ever made in cryptocurrency on May 22nd, 2010. So, without further ado, if we don't know one another, my name is Rachel. I'm the founder of a social good project called Seeds, which has helped people in need in 30 countries and counting. And I talk about cryptocurrency and I bring in my background as a former career profitable professional stock trader who then started buying Bitcoin in 2013 because I want to raise awareness about how projects like Seeds, like our social good projects, can and are already using blockchain technology to do things that the old system can't do to make the world a better place. So if that resonates with you, check out the link in the description and consider supporting someone in need through Seeds, and you'll get Seeds cryptocurrency. And thanks. All right, I thought it'd be funny to look at the like the message board in which this person initially made this offer back in the day. So you can find it, like you can easily Google this. This was the Bitcoin forum where folks were talking about Bitcoin back in the earliest months and years of its existence. It was first, the Gemini block was mined on January 3rd of 2009. So check this out. We can see that this person made this post. His name was Laszlo. Doesn't look like it has the date of the post itself here. May 18th, my bad. Yeah, okay, May 18th, 2010. Okay, so check it out. He says, I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas, two large ones, blah, 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 what he likes on his pizza, etc. People are asking about what country he lives in. And you actually could, I didn't realize this before I found this forum recently and was reading this over. So this was the first commercial transaction in Bitcoin whenever he made this purchase and bought these pizzas with Bitcoin. But they had been trading on bitcoinmarket.com prior to that. So they were trading at what, 0.0041 cents or something like that at that time. Yeah. So 10,000, that's quite a bit. You could sell those on bitcoinmarket.com for $41 USD right now. Good luck on getting your free pizza. So this person like assumes he's a scammer, like he's not actually going to send the Bitcoin, I guess. Europeans, people like aren't familiar with online ordering in 2010, I guess. And then check this out. Okay, so then 3 days later, May 21st, he says, so nobody wants to buy me pizza. Is the Bitcoin amount I'm offering too low? And I think that's fun to check out because it's just this reminder that when something's new and unknown, even though it ultimately is like this insanely incredible, valuable thing, at first nobody like wanted to do it. Nobody wanted to pay 10, nobody wanted to send him the pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin. So he's like feeling like he has to offer additional Bitcoin beyond the 10,000. People outside of the US were more interested. Yep. And then he came back on the 22nd and said, I just want to report that I successfully traded 10,000 Bitcoins for pizza. This link to pictures no longer works. And then if we continue checking this out, scroll down a little further. He made it an open offer. He posted this on June 12th, 2010. He'll do this as long as he has the funds. He says he usually has plenty. If anyone is interested, please let me know. The exchange is favorable because two pizzas are only about $25 total. Yeah. And then by August 4th, $600 is a great deal for pizza, I thought. So apparently Bitcoin had gone up in value even more so by August. And then by August, it's then like a popular thing, obviously, because Bitcoin was becoming more perceived to be more valuable and more valuable on the markets and so forth. So he's like, well, I didn't expect this to be so popular, but I really can't afford to keep doing it since I can't generate thousands of coins a day anymore. So it was getting harder to mine Bitcoin. Thanks to everyone who bought me pizza already, but I'm kind of holding off on doing any more of these for now. And then by November, someone's like, what's it like to eat pizza for $2,600? So it had gone up in value even more so by then. And then someone's like, will this eventually become the world's first $1 million pizza? Which is fun because now it's like literally like $700 million in value. Yeah. So the evolution of that happened quite rapidly in that space of time. And yeah, it's just fun to think about, I think. Um, the other big thing that it's important, I think, to be aware of right now, if you're interested in cryptocurrency trading at all, is that there's a significant announcement expected tomorrow, May 23rd, 2024. So if we take a look at the news events surrounding this, Ether has already started rallying. And it's because there's this expectation, like there's supposed to be an announcement tomorrow in the US regarding whether the SEC is going to approve an Ether ETF, exchange traded fund. So basically like a stock version of Ether, which means that more mainstream investors are going to be able to get involved in cryptocurrency in a sort of adjacent way, in a way that's more familiar for them, which is going to bring more people from the mainstream in, which will drive prices up. And Ether has really like surged in price over the last several days. Um, and what is interesting about this, something that's interesting, I mean, first of all, if you have missed this, it looked like this wasn't going to happen. The SEC in the United States is like without exception been hostile to cryptocurrency, and they've done a lot of um, regulating through enforcement. The rules surrounding crypto haven't been clear. There have been lawsuits, and it's just been really mishandled, in my view, and in the view of a lot of other people. So it looked like they were going to give this potential ETF, this Ether ETF, a hard time. It looked like that approval might not happen, even though a Bitcoin ETF was approved in January of 2024, which then sent the Bitcoin price like skyrocketing. So that had driven this perceived idea that the approval wasn't going to come through, had driven prices down. And I was trying to buy as much Ether as I could below the $3,000 mark. We'll look at the price here in a second. And it's since surged in the space of 2 days. Between May 20th and May 21st, the price surged 25% according to this article. So anyway, the thing that I want to call attention to in this is that, first of all, that means the sentiment is changing. There is this rumor that the approval might come through. And you might hear this phrase like buy the rumor, sell the news when you're trading anything, whether it's cryptocurrency or stocks. And that's at play here. So this might mean that this perception of approval is pricing in to the market. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But then the other piece of this is that, check this out. The sudden interest from regulators likely stems from political moves, as US President Joe Biden may wish to appeal to cryptocurrency supporters. So if you've seen anything in the news recently, you may have noticed that like Trump is being more vocal about support of cryptocurrency. And that's makes me feel weird in several ways. I can't wait until we reach this point where like it's just viewed to be like the internet. Like the internet itself isn't politicized. So we don't have to worry like about bad actors promoting it and then it seeming unappealing to people who can really benefit from it as a tool. So Trump has been more vocal about this. And so it looks like Biden now wants to make sure he's not appearing to be like anti-cryptocurrency. And it hasn't been politicized in this way in the past. This is a newer thing. Certainly, like, I mean, at the presidential level in the US, that's it's like the highest level at which it could be politicized. So this can be good for us as cryptocurrency traders. And it's an interesting turn of events that, I don't think a lot of people were necessarily anticipating. So there's that. If it's helpful to you, we have a news channel in our Discord. It's linked in the description that aggregates news across the internet. It's pulling in like Google News alerts for the word cryptocurrency, posts from what I believe is the best cryptocurrency subreddit, and then also posts from publications like Cointelegraph, like the sort of best quality cryptocurrency focused um, news websites. So that's there if it's helpful to you. All right, let's check out the price. So look at the surge, y'all. I'm looking at this on Gemini Active Trader, and this is a big jump starting May 19th, 3 days ago. And that's a big deal. And I'm really psyched about this because, as mentioned earlier, when it dropped below 3,000, I was trying to buy as much as I could afford. So I was able to get purchases in here. Let's see if you can see anything in here. I was buying it on other platforms. Um, yeah, this buy is just at 31.51, so that was older. Anyway, I was trying to get in around 29, 29.50, and so forth, to try and lock in those prices as it fell, because I have this long-term belief that Ether is going to go up in value and that something called the flippening may happen at some point in which Ether overtakes Bitcoin in price because the network effects are just much greater. And so it was really exciting to see this surge kind of happen this quickly because that made this trade, quite profitable in a short amount of time. So that's awesome. And then relatedly, our project Seeds had a similar surge in price at around the same time because it tracks with Ether fairly closely. There's still not a lot of trade volume, so Ether really influences the Seeds price. So yeah, so there's that too. That's kind of it. I got through this really quickly. Um, yeah, big takeaways at the end are just like keep an eye on what's happening tomorrow, because whatever happens with this approval, like I would say if you're trading, if you're a newer trader, if you haven't been watching things as closely, we'll see what happens with this approval. If it goes through, the price will surge and it will probably keep going for a while. And let's take a look at the graphs actually one more time to show you like, actually this graph won't show it because Gemini only goes back a year in time. And Ether did get back up above close to 4,100 when Bitcoin last made new all-time highs in the middle of March. But Ether has not yet broken its all-time highs. Its previous all-time highs, which were established years ago now, are around $4,800 a coin, US dollars. So, I mean, it's like kind of low-hanging fruit, this trade. It's a fairly easy trade to make, and that if this approval does go through tomorrow, then it's all but, there's a high likelihood, nothing is guaranteed, of course, past performance doesn't guarantee future results, but there's an extremely high likelihood that it will keep heading up and we could see it break through those all-time highs at $4,800 a coin and then continue on as Bitcoin did after its ETF approval in January of this year. So yeah, I'd suggest trying to load up. Excuse me, you can look for other cryptocurrencies that track closely with Ether, and you can ride this wave in other cryptocurrencies as well. And it should be a fun time. We'll see. Unless, I mean, there could be a surprise tomorrow and that sentiment is incorrect and the ETF is not approved. But I mean, it really kind of looks like that. Looks like things might not go that way after all. So that's good for us as traders. So yeah, have fun. Keep an eye out on that. If you are tired of the old economic system and you're looking for alternatives, consider helping someone in need through Seeds. The link is in the description, and you will receive Seeds cryptocurrency in thanks, which means your gift is effectively at no cost for you because you'll receive 100% or more of the value of your gift in Seeds and thanks. And then if and when Seeds go up in market value, that means you can be building wealth through giving, something that obviously isn't possible in the old economic system in the same way. It's something that blockchain technology has enabled us to build. So yeah, that's there if it resonates with you. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. That's really all I have to say right now, unless anyone who's here live has something in particular you want to talk about. Um, it's fun. I think like it has energy again. They were dead again following the most recent Bitcoin halving was on April 19th. And so that was a bit of an event, as it always is. And then things have just been kind of hanging out for the last month or so since then. I would say largely because like things got suppressed because there was this belief that the Ether ETF wasn't going to be approved. But because now it looks like it is going to be approved, things are starting to get fun again. So if you haven't been paying so much attention, I'd suggest, like keeping an eye on what's going on now because we could get something could be happening. And it looks like, I mean, things are already happening because we've already had this big jump, but they could really get moving if this approval goes through. So yeah, that's all I got. I hope this was helpful to you, and I'll catch you on here another time. Thanks for your time and attention. I appreciate you. All right, take care. Bye.